What's up? It's Marco, Sage of Soccer, and today I'm going to be talking about the Revelations Cup and how the USA U20/2003 teams did. And yeah, overall as a team, the tournament wasn't the best, only 1 point out of 3 games, but given only 3 days of preparation and the fact that it's a youth tournament, results don't really matter, I'm not too concerned with the only 1 point. But the main thing is how the players did. And from that, I feel like we got a couple of positives. Not the greatest tournament, but we did have a couple players who really showed themselves. And the first guy I want to talk about with that is Kaden Clark. And man, Kaden Clark, I feel like we all know how good he is. He's going to RB Leipzig for a reason. He's one of the best players at Red Bull already. And man, the things that he does on the field are just great. And he's only 18, so he's only getting better. But man, this tournament, he showed a lot of leadership. He was the captain. He was really setting the tone for the team. Aside from, just being a great player, he was pressing, his hard work was really there. He was looking like, I'm going to get to another Aaronson later, but he was looking like Brendan Aaronson today, or this tournament with all of his pressing he was doing. Great energy, and on the ball, he looked great. His touches were amazing, he could play in close control. Just a great tournament all around from Kaden Clark, and he really showed why he's going to Europe and why he's going to take that next step. And honestly, this might be the last time we see him in this group, because I could see him with the senior team very easily. I expect him in the December camp, and hopefully he'll do well. Next, we got the other Aaronson I wanted to talk about, Paxton Aaronson. And yeah, very good tournament from him as well. He is very similar to his older brother Brendan in that he's a good technical player. He can take players on like that scrappy type presser, but maybe not the same level of energy as Brendan or Kaden Clark, but he can really get at teams, especially during the game where he was subbed on at striker, which isn't his natural position, and we were playing with 10 men. He was going 1v4 against the Colombia defense, and he was looking pretty good, making half chances and really just annoying their back line. So that looked really good, and again, on the ball, a lot of talent. When I mentioned these guys, the main thing I was looking for with a lot of these players was, do they have that ability on the ball? And Paxten showed that. Man, he can play in close control, he can really drive the ball forward, and he's going to be a great asset for us. So I really like Paxton Aaronson this tournament. Next, we got Brian Gutierrez. Man, this is a guy from Chicago Fire. He looks really good. Man, when I'm watching him play, the comparison that I keep getting drawn back to is Luca de la Torre. He can just get the ball, turn, dribble out of defense, and make something happen. He shows some really good technical ability, as did a lot of these players. Man, he looks really good. I'm really excited about Chicago Fire next year with him and Slonina. But man, he looked very good. That's just all I have to say about him. Next, Caleb Wiley. This was a guy who was basically not even on my radar going into this tournament, and he showed up great. So, as a left back in this group, he was behind Jonathan Gomez. He's behind Kevin Parody, maybe, depending on where you decide to play him. And he just showed out. He had a great tournament, looking very strong offensively. He covered ground defensively, and he's the youngest player on the team. He's only 16. And yeah, Caleb Wiley, he's at Atlanta United. He's behind George Bella, but should George Bella move on, I expect Caden Wiley to come into the team immediately and have an instant impact. He's looking to be a great player, and he really showed himself this tournament. So now we got other players I feel like are on this level but didn't really have the best tournament. Not really up to their standard, I feel like. Starting with Gabrielle Sonina, I mentioned that I'm really excited about him, but to be honest, not the best tournament from him. I think he allowed 6 goals in 2 games, which that Brazil team was insane. So, and obviously the lack of preparation, we were going to get beat, but I feel like he could have done better on a lot of plays, getting down quicker. He didn't really have a good chance to build up with his feet, mostly on account of the center backs not being that great technically. But I don't know, I feel like he could have done a lot better this tournament, which I don't know, I'm not losing any faith in him. He's a starter in the MLS at 17. He's going to be a great player, but at the same time, not the greatest tournament. Justin Che. The main problem with him this tournament was he was played at right back, and that's not his natural position. I know he's been playing there for FC Dallas, but I feel like that's mostly just to get him into the team, get him some minutes. And he played there, and not the greatest tournament at all. Against Brazil, he was getting kind of torn up, and even against Mexico in the last game, at right back, he wasn't looking that dangerous going forward. He's got the athleticism, he's got a good technical ability, but you could tell it's not really his strong position. He was looking very good at center back. He's by far the best center back in the group. And when he is there, great on the ball, great defensively, and I do have faith in him, but he's not a right back. Then Quinn Sullivan, he didn't have a great tournament. You could argue he had the worst tournament. Got a red card and didn't really affect the game. But he's talented. I've seen him on the Union. He's a great player. Just look up all the goals he scores. He had a bicycle kick for his first ever goal, and like a real bicycle kick. And man, great on the ball. Can make things happen offensively. I honestly rate him the same as Paxten as a Union fan. But not the best tournament, but I still do rate him really highly. And Cowell. Cade Cowell is a bit different because he did have, I'd say he played I think he played 3 halves, and he had one good half, but that was the last one. He was pretty good. You can see his talent. He's great athletically. He can do some good things with the ball at his feet, but his technical ability does need to step up, which, it was kind of showing. When he was playing on the wing, it was like he didn't know where the touch line was. He just, either that or his touch was so heavy, he just brought him past the line. So not the greatest tournament by Cade Cowell. He did have the assist for our goal in the Mexico game, which was very good. And man, you can see with his athleticism, he's a great talent. And I honestly think he's going to be a great player. Well, at least he could be, but he's got a lot of things to clean up. And I do feel like he'll be able to do that, though. And he's one of the guys I'm hoping to see in the December camp. Gabrielle Sonina and Justin Shea as well. I feel like they can make a big impact for us. But not the best tournament, in my opinion, for Cade Cowell, at least by the standards that I set for him. So lastly, you got 5 guys I want to talk about who just really got on my radar this tournament. I wasn't really too high on them. I knew about them, but I wasn't too sure. But after seeing them this tournament, I feel like they can be really good. Starting off as Alex Borto. He's the goalkeeper. He's from Fulham. He's possibly their 3rd choice goalkeeper at the moment, which is huge as an 18-year-old. But he was pretty solid in his game. He didn't make any mistakes. He had one really nice save on a free kick, and honestly performed better than Slonina this window. Very solid. He looked decent with the ball at his feet. He didn't really do too much because we didn't play too much out the back this tournament, so it's hard to judge. But he's somebody I got to keep watching at Fulham. Maybe he'll break in. Maybe he'll get a cup game. I don't think so, actually. They got 2 pretty solid keepers ahead of him. Maybe next preseason he'll get some games. He'll get some U23 time, which is a pretty high level. So yeah, Alex Borto, something to look out for. Next, Jalen Neal. He was the best center back other than Justin Shea. And while he didn't have the greatest tournament, obviously we conceded a ton, he did look pretty clearly the best when Shea was at right back and the other center backs were in. He was making some good tackles, a couple good reads defensively. I feel like a lot of the mistakes that had were kind of due to lack of chemistry. We had slow rotations, I feel like, which I don't feel like it's the quality of players. I feel like just not knowing each other. But I feel like Jalen Neal had a decent performance, and I am kind of interested to see how he does with LA Galaxy next year. If he can get some time in the MLS, I feel like he can adjust well, and he's someone to look out for. Kobe Henry as well, to a lesser extent, who was the other center back. He had a couple of decent moments of just 1v1 defending. I was like, oh, wow, that was kind of a really nice play. But a bit less, and he's at Orange County in the USL, so it's harder to judge. Next guy is Rocas Pugstas. He's playing in, I don't even remember the team, but he's in a U19 squad in Croatia. So yeah, you can't get footage on this dude at the moment. But man, he's really talented on the ball. As I mentioned with guys like Gutierrez, Clark, and Aaronson, man, he shows that ability where he can just really nice touch. He can play at tight spaces, knows what to do. And I like that ability out of those players because that's something that you need at this level, or if we want to take ourselves to the next level, I should say. And Rocas Pugstas, he showed that he has that ability, and I feel like he can do well in Europe. I mean, I say he's in Croatia, and people can kind of roll their eyes on that, but they have been producing midfielders at a great rate. Man, I don't even know. You have to go into the Croatian national team. Everybody knows about them, but guys like Danny Olmo have come out of the Croatian league, and it could be a good place for him to develop. And yeah, I'm starting to get really excited about this guy. He could be really good. Next, we got Diego Luna, and man, this guy is amazing technically. With the ball at his feet, he might be the best player in this group. He can just do what he wants with that ball. Now, there are some questions about his athleticism, and I feel like he's one of those guys kind of maybe he doesn't give 100% every game, but man, if you get a good coach, you can get that worked out of you, and I feel like that was a problem before from what I've been seeing, but he's been getting better and getting better with that, and man, just crazy good with the ball at his feet. I'll be interested to see. He's playing at the USL and he's already starting. Man, if he can take that to the next level, he's somebody to really look out for. Diego Luna could be great. And the last guy I want to mention is Dante. He's somebody that I feel like we've known him. He's a bit more known than all these other guys. When you get a hat trick with PSV Young, that definitely shows something. Man, he's got a lot of talent. He's got the athleticism. He's got the speed. He's got like that ability to play in tight spaces. He's even got like good end product with him. The issue with him is more just consistency, because if he gets that down, he can be a great player like really easily for this team. And I really want to see him more at PSV because he can be great, but he's just got to get everything together. I didn't even mention he's left-footed as well. And well, we've got Alex Maiton now, but we need left-footed attackers badly, and Dante could be that guy for us because, man, this guy has talent. He just needs to put it all together, get a consistent game, get decision-making down. But he's got everything, the technical ability, the finishing, the athleticism, and yeah, he can be great. So that's everybody. Should I mention that Antonio Leone looked really good for Mexico? I mean, he's still eligible for the USA squad, but I don't think it's going to happen. But Antonio Leone did look really good. I'm not going to give out any real negative performers. I mentioned guys who I didn't think lived up to standards, but at this age, in a youth tournament, you can't really judge people too much. And we did all this without Ricardo Pepi, Jonathan Gomez, Kevin Paredes, Moses Nyman, and we did all 3 days of preparation. So yeah, even though the results didn't go well, a lot of players who I really like in this camp, a lot of players I feel like could be good for the senior team, and yeah, really good squad. That's all I've talked about this team. I'll see you.